environmental engineer works to build buildings, designs, and make the environment more environmentally friendly.
They do this by preparing, updating, and reviewing environmental investigation reports.
They also inspect industrial and municipal facilities to ensure that they comply with the environmental regulations.
Some common projects are water reclamation facilities, air pollution control systems, and they convert waste to energy.
So I've been an environmental engineer, and so what that is working with various aspects of the environment. There are multiple media you can work with. You can work with air emissions, you can work with wastewater discharge, you can work with actual waste, hazardous waste, non-hazardous waste, and then some people actually get into cleanup, groundwater cleanup, soil cleanup. So if it's a small groundwater remediation, what we call pump and treat, basically you pump the water out, you do a little bit of treatment, and then it gets pumped back into the ground after it's clean. You could probably do that on your own, but as it get more complex, then you're going to need other people involved. So it could be one by yourself, and it can get as large as 6, 10 more, depending on the size of the project you're working on. If you're building a whole new plant, you have to do all the permitting, the air permitting, the wastewater permitting, and then designing the air pollution control, and then lots of people will be. Right, so it depends with regard to where you want to stop your education. If you want to say stop at your bachelor's degree, then you really do need to get an engineering degree. Or if you don't have that, then you're going to have to go into a firm that allows you to groom yourself into becoming an engineer. Either way, at some point in time, I think you're going to have to get an engineering degree, and then it's up to you as to which field you're interested
The
in.
median pay for an environmental engineer is $90,000 every year.
The thing I enjoy the most about being an environmental engineer is the fact that you're helping the environment and making things better for a future, like yourself, for kids and the next generation. What I don't like, actually, has nothing to do with the engineering bit, but in the US there are a lot of regulations. And as an engineer, we like things to be logical, and some of these regulations make no sense. However, you have to comply. It's the law of the United States, so there is no choice. You have to do that. And sometimes that can be frustrating because you know that you could do things better, but you're not allowed to because that's the
Yo, some famous projects made by environmental engineers are the solar panel, the wind turbine, and the Hoover Dam.
The Hoover Dam is constructed on the Colorado River, which borders Nevada and Arizona. It was built during the Great Depression.
The Hoover Dam helps prevent flooding around the dam.
It also helps irrigation in the local areas of the Colorado River. Presently, the Hoover Dam can produce 2,000 megawatts of capacity and a yearly average generation of 4.5 billion kilowatts of energy.
The Hoover Dam also provides for 8 million families in the Southwest.
Wind turbine is a device that converts wind energy to electrical power. A wind turbine on land can generate enough energy to provide for 225 to 300 families.
And 400 in the sea!
In 2008, wind turbines provided 1.25% of the nation's energy supply.
And by 2020, we're expected to be up by 20%. Solar panels convert energy from the sun into electrical power.
Solar panels provide 0.3% of the nation's energy supply. However, environmental engineers are trying to change that.
That's a good question. It really depends on where you are. I mean, worldwide, people talk about climate change, right? Global warming, and try and deal with that. Locally, it depends on where you're at. When we were in Albany, New York, you had PCBs in the Hudson River, so that was a big deal. And then if you are at a specific plant, it depends on what your plant is dealing with. Right now I have a plant dealing with waste issues. I have another plant dealing with waste oil issues, another plant dealing with the fact that we have a lot of water usage and we want to try to conserve water in that location. So it depends on your perspective, if you're talking about a global perspective, a regional perspective, or just your job. As a kid, I loved math and science, and then building things. So, and engineers seemed like the right fit for those sort of things.